Hey, we got people. Excuse my lens. Looks like we got a couple of people watching. Hopefully we got some audio up there. Looks like we got some audio into here. Do we got audio up there? Looks a little choppy today. See how that goes. So yeah, this is going to be the last live stream on this channel. It might be a little bit of a clickbaity title there, but you know, it's only a live stream with a small group of friends. You have audio. Good. What's up, Will? Hope you're doing all right there. So Will already knows, but if you check in the, what's going on there, Chris? Good evening. Hope everyone is well, hanging in there. How's the video look over there? It looks a little bit choppy to me, but Will's still hunting for food. Video looks a little choppy, but we'll see. We don't have too much movement and all that going on here. To start off here, there is a link in the top of the description of this video to a second channel, DIYTyler 2. And this will be the last live stream over here. Everything else will be done over there. And I think it might be kind of nice to have a second channel for some things. There's a couple, so the reasoning for that is that I don't want to abuse the notifications on this channel because I'm worried that people will not watch the main videos because they're getting a notification from DIYTyler and they'll just delete it instead of watching the main video. And I would like to have these videos stay here and stay live. And the main channel is not the place to do that because your next video, the metrics for that next video are based partly on how the last one did. So if we have a live video that doesn't get many views because it's just a live build, it's not something people are ever going to search for, it's not something that's going to do well in Google Trends or something like that. We don't want these lives to hurt the next video. So we're going over to DIYTyler 2. There is a link right down here. You can slam that and subscribe over there. And the unfortunate news is I do the live streams on my phone because we live in the middle of nowhere, which is great for things like the coronavirus, but it sucks for things like internet. So you guys are the internet right there. So I need to do it from my phone because hotspotting the phone doesn't actually, it's not as fast. So I know the live stream here isn't very good, but it's the best we can do, and we're trying to bring everyone together in this time of crisis and unknown. So we're going to do the live streams over on the second channel. My hope is that enough people will watch that and sub over there, and that will get over the 1,000 subscriber mark, and that way we can do live streams direct from the phone to the second channel. I kind of have a way around it using the GoPro, which is over here. The GoPro can stream directly to a channel. The problem is we just got the audio working pretty decently, and I don't have the media mod yet GoPro because GoPro doesn't have them available yet. So we would be back with the built-in mic of that thing, and we finally got it working pretty nice here. So it would be unfortunate to have to go back to the media mod. So hopefully people can head over there and we can get up to 1K subs so we can actually use the phone with the proper audio. So instead of the tablet like I had last time, I have my old phone, and it's connected to the Wi-Fi, which is hotspotting off of this phone, so we know it works. I'm going to move it over here a little bit today. Got to make sure I don't blast the audio here. And it looks good. I'm seeing myself in a little bit of lag. So let me go check from the top here. Will's out looking for food, which is why he's on his phone. What's going on, Bruce? Little choppy. Chop, chop. Tyler, how you doing today, my friend? Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate it. Yes, the algorithm is a fickle mistress. Let's put it that way. Marty, how you doing again today? Yeah, Christopher, a lot of people have live streams, and it's funny to see a lot of people dusting those off. Of the people that I watch, I was kind of one of the first ones to start doing some live streams when everyone got shut down here. I'm seeing a lot of people dust them off and start to do some stuff now. Johnny Brook, Brad Rodriguez from Fix This Build That is moving his over to YouTube off of Instagram. Johnny Brook is Crafted Workshop, by the way. You guys probably know him. Yeah, Chris, that's my hope. What's going on, Victor? Richard, how you doing? Juan from Mexico. Yeah, Chris, let me get back to that. Whatever we can do right now to hang out, I think is good. And I almost didn't do this because when I walked out here to do it, I got a text from my mom that told me my grandma's sister died today. And my grandma is 93. And I think her sister was younger, but I don't really remember. But poor grandma has been alone from 2002, I think. And she's even more alone right now because no one wants to go get her sick. So I hope she makes it, man, because it's just not good time. But I'm sorry to bring that up if I don't see myself. Not that I'm really a peppy person anyway, but that's on my mind right now. If everyone wouldn't mind some thoughts and prayers for my grandma's sister, Mary Lou, it would be appreciated. Will, I got the Hero 8 Black Edition. So I'm hoping to get I'm definitely wanting to get the media mod on there, which has the built-in microphone. So that'll be equivalent to this guy on this camera. And it has a port in the back, so we'll be up to speed with what we're doing right here. Yes, Chris, the planer is fantastic, super powerful, and it is. I think the most noticeable thing is because it's so heavy, I can shove an 8-foot board in and leave it alone, and it doesn't tip it over, and it pulls it right through and all that. Good evening, Eugene. Good day from Australia, Warren. How you doing down there? Staying well, I hope. Mike. Yes, the shop is great. You want to know one of the best things about the shop? It sweeps like an absolute dream now. Not that I was ever a big fan of sweeping, not that I'm a big fan of sweeping now, but by golly, it was a disaster in here because the doors are finished that we worked on the live stream last time. Just a second here. I'm going to make sure. Yeah, we're pulling 720p down to my phone here. Impressive. So I'm going to turn that to poop quality, or pause it actually, because I don't need to see myself here. Let's make sure. I want to say that. Okay. I don't remember what I was saying. I see comments on the screen over here, and they looked bigger than what I'm seeing down here. So yeah, thank you, everybody. Thank you. My grandma will appreciate when I tell her. Good day, ANRN. Iron. Eugene asked if he has a jointer, does he need a planer or a sander? What kind of planer are you talking about, Eugene? I'm sorry, what kind of sander are you talking about? Talking about a drum sander or just a sander? Let me know. Thank you, Derek. Thank you. Cormac, Ireland. I hope you had some Guinness today. So that's one thing. I need to make sure that I drink some more water during this live stream because as much as I talked last time, it took me till about today for my throat to feel normal again. Don't know why, because I talk to my kids and my family all the time. Maybe you guys are just super stressed or something like that. So we're just going to keep the words lubricated today. Yeah, Will T, boom, this floor is great. Sweeps amazing. It was such a disaster in here from the doors that we finished, that I finished. Chips and shavings, big chips from drilling the Euro hinged holes. And yeah, just sweeps right up. It's great. So if you follow me on Instagram, I'm pretty sure I posted a picture of the doors already. They turned out, and the whole built-in is done now. Very, very happy with it. The crown up to the ceiling looks fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Thank you, Eugene. Dan from Ohio. What's going on, Dan? Tyler, I hope you're saying you're not going to miss this live stream because of my grandma versus something else. Do it, Will. It's this was Rock Solid by Rust-Oleum. It does have a clear coat on top of it, which made it look wet, honestly. You don't necessarily need that top coat, but I figured I was doing it, I might as well do it right. That's the motto for 2020. On this side of the shop, kind of under the planer, I threw a little bit too much of the dissolving powder that you threw in there to make it so you don't slip, otherwise it's too slippery. Whereabouts in Ohio, Dan? Kurt is asking. Tell me about your vise. Oh, okay. Will T. Can everyone see? I think so. So yeah, these are quick clamps. In the back, if you reach through on this one, and you kind of have to reach under on this one, there are adjustments to that quick clamp. Let me grab the actual clamp here. Is my isotunes knocking on this too bad? So this is the quick clamp that's in there. This one works. What's going on? Come on, Bessie. Another one. There we go. A little bit of rust in there. So this is what it is. And then right here, you can adjust this one. So I remove this piece. There's a stop right there that you can't really see. And then I drilled holes in here. And this is a hardened bar. That took me forever to drill those holes. So basically I can reach in there and extend this way out if I wanted to. But I was doing the edge banding on these doors and stuff before. Look at that. I love doing edge banding. So I have it really short. So I can just quick clamp it down. And there we go. So it's like a Moxon vise type of scenario. You can get these Bessie clamps can exert about 400 pounds of pressure a piece. So I've never had anything in here that I haven't been able to hold. If you take a look at the main channel, the one we're on today, there was a video about this build. It was quite a spell ago, so watch your eyes and ears. It might be painful. But yeah, that works good. I use it a lot. So Will T, that was the vise. Drum sander. You have hand sanders, saw your vacuum. Cool, Eugene. Good stuff. I would get a planer over the drum sander. A drum sander is a luxury. It's a wonderful luxury, don't get me wrong. But you'll be able to process material way faster with a planer. That's what I would do. That was the steps I took. I started with a planer before a jointer, actually. And I would still recommend that if you were looking for one of those. I would go planer, jointer, and drum sander is like one of the last tools you'll ever need in the shop. It's certainly wonderful. It's mostly awesome. I mean, it's awesome, but it's really, really good when you're doing doors like we did the other night. This phone thing is working out pretty good. What's going on, Martin from Canada? Good. Glad it sounds fine there, Chris. Grandbaby and Gary are binge watching. It is Rock Solid by Rust-Oleum. I got a little bit left over, but I'm not gonna. Forgive me if I don't grab it. Rock Solid by Rust-Oleum. How ya? From Ireland. We got 2 guys from Ireland. It does look good, Marty, doesn't it? Yeah, do it before you move in because it sucks to have to move all your stuff out. That is a fact. And I was brilliant and moved it all where I needed to move it and painted the ceiling, put it all back together because I wanted to get the dust collection adjusted because the bandsaw, the assembly table, and the table saw moved this way about 6 inches, so I had a little more room behind a full 8-foot sheet of plywood. And then I promptly took it apart and did the floor. So that was awesome. Glad it sounds fine. So Dan and Kurt are having a conversation about where they're at. That's awesome. Will's going to check out Jackson Vice. Good. Eugene is happy. Will tried to buy my 6-inch jointer. Bless him. It would have been such a hassle, Will. Forgive me. I was able to get the full price I was asking from a guy around here. So I appreciate you, though. I appreciate you. Yeah, Dan. Way to go. So, funnily, the original DIYTyler orange, which is on, it's on these still. It's on the, what is it on? It's really only the accent on the miter station now and the table saw thingy down there. That is exactly the color of rigid orange. And that was not on purpose. That was a complete accident. And that was well before they sponsored me. So yeah, but now the DIYTyler orange is a little bit lighter. When I did the rebrand, I wanted to just brighten the whole thing up. So we got the hat on hat, my wife's idea, because I put my, I don't have my pencil in the back. See this? Boop. It's the only reason I wear a hat. So then the wife thought the hat on hat would be a funny idea. And that's, so Will, this is the shirt we were talking about earlier. The old DIYTyler shirt was just the DIYTyler across there. But these are available on the website. There is a link to that down in the description below. If you wanted to be part of the DIYTyler Nation, there's only like 2 people in it now, me and Will. So yeah, join up. It's a good time. Okay, couple more questions, and then I got to do a little bit of building because I'm really hoping to get some finish on this guy tomorrow. We got to get cracking, and I want to call it quits here. We started at 8:30. I want to call it quits here at 9:30. JR, I'll get to you in a second. I'm proud of you, Dan Kitterman, for doing the orange. Orange is fabulous. It's happiness out loud. So we'll ask, what's your backstory to woodworking? How did I get into it? Do you have a day job? And do I do woodworking on the weekend? Well, I do it more than the weekend. So I got into woodworking because we were about to have our son, and we needed a toddler bed for my daughter. And it was like $600 for a poopy bed. So, let me see what I can find. And I did some searching, and I found a bunch of bloggers, and then I found a bunch of YouTubers, and I was deep down the rabbit hole for days watching stuff, obsessed. And then I do some CAD design for my real job, which I'll get to that. And I discovered SketchUp, and that's when I drew up the first project, which is a toddler bed that we still have. It is built like a tank. We could all climb on that thing. I've learned a lot about wood since then. And so I got a miter saw, and I got a sander, and a Craig R3 pocket hole jig, and I built that, and I was so proud of it, still proud of it. And then it was like my rolling downhill to woodworking in a good way, like snowballing was like into it. And here we are. I have a real job. I am an engineer. I'm a systems engineer during the day, and it is every night, every morning, every night. Every spare that I have, I get up at 6 in the morning. I edit from 6 to 7:30, take the kids to school, drive to work until 4 to 5, somewhere in there, depending when I showed up and what's going on. Sometimes it's later than that. Drive home for about an hour. And then I'm usually in the shop from about 7:30, 7:45 until 9:30, 9:45. And then I'll I'll put in a 14-hour day on Saturdays sometimes. Sundays are pretty much off unless we have something something that's in the way, got to be done, something for the house maybe. But that's our family relaxing day. I don't really say so on here, but I like to pew pew. That's my hobby, and I reload my own stuff as well. So that's what we like to do on the weekends, and it was an absolutely beautiful day, so motivating. So I want to do some pew pew tomorrow because it's going to be nice. So I get this cleaned up so I can do some reloading and stuff like that. I'm glad you all like the shop, and Will JK Canvas has a hat on hat. JR, curious why the last stream? Because if you go in the description down here, JR, if you wouldn't mind subscribing to the second channel, Tyler 2. And that is because I want to keep the live streams over there and not dilute the message of the main channel. And my biggest fear is that the notifications will be ignored because people don't want to see live streams. And also the YouTube algorithm. Thank you, JR. I had it on mute. So I was just saying I happened to look up right when it started reconnecting. So hopefully we're good here. And you guys saw me talk to myself for a minute. We got about 40 people. We had about 80 on there, so hopefully they make it back. The YouTube crashed. Will, enjoy the dinner. But yeah, so I think I was talking about how I got into woodworking, still have a real job. And yeah, we'll leave that at that. And then I see John Lasky on here. John Lasky used to be my minion back in the day, right, John? I'm just kidding. John was great. John, that was 2 jobs ago now. I worked with John Lasky, and he was a fantastic employee. If he lived closer, I would try to get him hired now. But yeah. So I think someone's talking about a bed maybe will be the project. What will be the project today? Richard, these are some filing cabinets right here. Filing cabinets, I got drawers behind me. And the filing cabinet is going to double as filing cabinet, and the legs for the new desk, which is the hickory right over there. Big, thick hickory. It's going to be beautiful. Tim, orange floor, orange ceiling would be pretty cool, but the camera would just be tossed. It'd be crap. The white balance would be so toasted. What dust collection do I have? I have a Oneida V3000. There's a video on the main channel about that. Yeah, Chris wants a nice floor too, but you gotta move all your stuff. It's a pain in the neck. John, I appreciate it. John, how are you doing down there? I was thinking about you lately. With all this BS going on right now, I've been reaching out to my old acquaintances. Just let me know. I'm glad you're watching. And John, I started this whole side business when we were working at William P. Young Company. Are you still there, John? How's it going down there? Is that where they are? So, in my previous life, I worked at a company that made the machines that made water bottles and filled them. That was a cool job. Subscribe. Asian Koi for the orange for Dan. Awesome. I think mine was called Burnt Pumpkin. He said his first project was bunk bed for his son. So Will jumped in and said, link in the description to the live stream on the second channel. So again, I'll say this multiple times throughout the night here. Link down there to DIYTyler 2, where some of this non-exact stuff is going to go. Pew pew, right, Troy? Nothing wrong, but YouTube doesn't like it, so keep it off of there. Timothy Hall, thank you. And you guys see on here, the wife. It's not just to make everyone pissed when I call her that. She is the wife. I'm logged into her account here right now. So if you see that, the wife with a wrench, that's me. JR subbed, so everyone's, I'm talking to myself, audio 5x5. Thank you, JR. I appreciate you stepping in and moderating a little bit. So hopefully, Scott, it was bad when I was there, when I was shut off. Container Man 68, are you a truck driver? And if so, don't take that the wrong way. If so, thank you for what you're doing right now. So I kind of put that title in there a little bit playfully to hopefully get people to click on it. I think I might do a video announcing it, and I'll do something along those lines to hopefully make everyone click on it. I don't really want to drive a ton of people over there though until I have a video announcing what it's about. Thank you, Container. Everybody, please thank Container Man 68. He's a truck driver. I bet you the roads are pretty good right now. But he is one of those that are bringing the toilet paper to you, because some reason that's super important right now. So Real has a question. I got a question. I don't do it, but I see we could use way too much glue, overcrank clamps beyond what's needed. Do I have a glue up philosophy? My glue up philosophy is what Todd Clippinger says on the American Craftsman Workshop channel. He doesn't really post anymore, but basically you want even squeeze out when you clamp. I like to have pretty snug clamps, but you also don't want to bow everything. And you don't want to squeeze all the glue out of there, but you want even dots of squeeze out. You don't want it dripping down. You don't want it all over your work pieces. It's not necessary. A little bit of glue goes a long way. But at the same time, you want enough. So I think that it's a good answer. Good answer. Robert's going to be moving stuff. Sounds cool, Marty. Sounds cool. Good, JR. Glad it helped. Okay, let's do some work, because I got to clear my throat. I'm not going to do it on the microphone. See, I can shut it off from right here, which is cool. But then remember to turn it on. So Container Man 68 doesn't pull it around TV. It's got a much heavier load than that. It's also good. The good thing that I'm seeing there is that they're building stuff, and that's good. Okay, stay lubricated. That's the name of the game. I hope that our friend, hope that Mr. Lasky comes back on, because I wanted to see how he was doing, and if he was still at William P. Young or Plastipack. Magica Peters, MJC Peters, can't stay longer. It's all right. It's the weekend. Understand. Make sure you sub to the second channel, because we're not going to be doing it over here anymore. So I just talked to this camera and said what we're going to be doing here. So I am going to go ahead and orient this correctly so I get the best grain of this plywood facing the right way. And I also want to make sure that I have the little bit of tear out that I do have. I want to make sure I have that up near the floor. So we'll do this. and I got edge banding on these right here. This is going to be on the top and the bottom. I got edge banding, so I'll have it on the visible faces here. And the back doesn't have edge banding. The front here has edge banding, the top and the back doesn't. So I just need to make sure I orient this all correctly so the edge banding is the proper way. So I will go ahead and connect probably all 4 of the one side, and then we will connect it to the other side. And then I have these little supports, these little triangles to nail into the top here. And that'll just prevent this whole thing from wiggling everywhere. So when I cut these, I thought, hey, that is pretty short. That looks pretty short to be under a desk. So right under you guys, you can't really see, is a 6.5-inch base that extends on all 3 visible sides by 1/4 inch. And that'll kind of, you're not gonna be able to see anything, but it'll sit on it with a 1/4 inch overhang on the bottom. That'll be kind of rounded over, and I think it'll look pretty cool. That's 6.5 inches right now, but I made it bigger, knowing that I can easily cut that down to exactly what I want. And I'm glad I did that, because I actually am not 100% sure how thick my slabs are going to end up when I'm done milling them down. So I want to make sure I give myself plenty of room to get the top of the desk exactly where I want. By cutting out the base that I don't need, I can make sure I get that exactly how I need it. So, all right, I am going to do some work now. Make sure you sub to the second channel. And I'll get around to questions again in a little bit. Don't leave us. This one. Oh, you know what I want? Can I? No. Yes. Good. No. I don't know. I would like to use this one. What can I do? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Okay, I can't use this one. Good. These Automax clamps have popped out on me recently. When I'm just about to squeeze them down, they break loose. This is not the drill I want. I don't like to drive pocket screws with an impact wrench. Just feels like I don't have much control over it. I like to use a regular drill with a torque setting on it. It's a personal preference. Seems like a impact is able to pull through much too easily. No control. I think my problem with the live feed last time is I was still talking to you like I needed to get across the shop. How does this sound? Can everybody hear? And I also have settings where I can boost this up on here, so I don't have to yell. John. So yeah, John Lasky. So you're still at WPY. Good. Sam's boss. That must be fun. GA Patriots 85. No, I would keep the outfeed table. I might actually, if I was just using it as an outfeed table, I'd probably make it smaller, as long as I had another assembly table option. But this is my assembly and outfeed table, which is a problem sometimes when I need to open it up to cut things, but it works. Rio de Janeiro, Ed, how you doing? Craig Pants. Obsessed lately watching people on YouTube churning. I have no knowledge on a lathe. And of all of the stuff that I have, I don't have a lathe, and I have had zero desire to get a lathe. Okay. Big Willie, what's up, man? How you doing? Cough time. I have the Rockler router lift. It's not the latest one. The latest one has like 2 gears. You can crank it up faster. Whatever the first one was, I don't remember. I don't know about the Woodpecker's template. Eddie from Big Box Store is a fellow truck driver. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Eddie. That's Eddie from the Big Box Store workshop. Tyler. So I was one of the engineers for John Lasky back when he designed he built the panels that I attempted to design back in the day. He's now on his 4th engineer, 3rd or 4th helper since I left. Yeah. Sorry, John. Yeah, Sam's boss man now at where I used to work. Troy, I recognize your name. Yes, I got your email. Unfortunately, I'm a busy dude. If you have a question, feel free to ask me in the email, but I'm not going to go call anybody. Sorry about that. Busy, need to protect myself and the family. Cherry Turbo James, shame on the clickbait title. It is true, though. This is going to be the last live stream over here. Go sub to the 2nd channel. There's a link down in the description. And that is where all the live streams are going to stay for ever. Where did I put the rest of my stuff? Right here. It's right here. Live streams won't be happening over here now. And I just want to keep the channel here true to what it's about. And I want to keep the notifications clean. Videos only. So over on the, see, just busted loose. Over on the 2nd channel, I won't be so concerned about messing up the live streams like I have done and not being able to get them started on time. And I just don't want the notifications to be overwrite the main video. And there's other reasons for that I've already talked about here. And we'll leave the videos public over there on the 2nd channel. And then I will have a playlist on, come on. I'll have a playlist on the main channel that will that you can watch those. So if people don't sub over on the 2nd channel, which I don't expect you to, I only subscribe to a couple 2nd channels for people. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's the plan anyway. But hopefully you guys will be gracious enough and go sub over there, because we need 1,000 subscribers to be able to stream from a phone, to stream from mobile, which is how I do it. Because we live in the sticks and we don't have internet. John, I'm really glad to hear that you're doing well over there. I liked that job. That was a fun job. We did some cool stuff over there. And we had a good team. Charlie, Sam, Tyler, Adam, Bob, rest his soul. Steve, is Steve still there? Joyous as can be. Rob, how about Rob? Is Rob there? I was going to call Rob the other day. I don't know what he's up to these days. Good times. That was a good job. I like my new job better. More betterer. Okay, it's time for a different clamp. Options down here. I'll go with the non-automatic one, and this will work every time. Hey, John, are you guys working or are you home? Because of this BS. And do tell Sam I said hi. Steve and Rob are still around. Good for them. Good for them. I hope I didn't just cough on everybody. Good, John. Good for you, man. You definitely have the know-how. And everybody's working good. I kind of figure with the water business and stuff, they could find a way to get around that. But that's good. That's good. Same here. Working from home, though. It's all good. I actually think, John, that I saw you on Facebook just today, yesterday, maybe. I still have your number. I'll have to hit you up. Let you know what's going on in me life. I should probably film something here. We'll do the next one. Oh, look at that. Just works the first time. Using the old straw trick to get some glue squeeze out of here. I'm not super concerned about it because these are going to be painted white. But just keeping a tidy workspace. This is birch plywood, very clean plywood. I do like it. It'll paint way better than oak, which has a pretty heavy grain, which is what the Murphy bed was. Okay, so I will film this. Go back over here, and then I guess some close-up shots of putting the screws in and such when we build the second filing cabinet. Make sure we have things the right way. It's one way to break it. Seems like a skinny filing cabinet, doesn't it? Let's see here. Guess I can do it this way. Cool, cool. I saw someone ask, why rigid, or do I just like orange? So it started because I just like orange. And then I was sponsored by Rigid for 2 years. Still a great company, but no sponsorship, which is why you see some of the stuff covered up here. But I still am in contact with the team over there. Great people. They just had a really rough, man, it's probably Q4 of 2018 now. And then they the marketing department kind of went under. Ironically, the guy that got me into that is now the rep for Greenworks Outdoor Tools, which they are now a long-term sponsor. And he's bringing all the team over there. It's really great. He's a great guy. Ringo Fire Agency. I need to remember to stop talking to myself, you guys, when I'm filming pieces I actually need. There we go. And that guy is done. Let me see if anyone had anything to say. Make sure you sub to the second channel, everybody. Rotate. I'm going to keep saying that. Sorry. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Hello, Hammer Down. I do electrical work for a truck frame company over by where you work in Woodcraft. Cool, Big Willie. You're probably right down there in Warren. Sheesh, John. Take care of yourself, man. TMX63, absolutely. You're here. It worked. You got to sub to the second channel because this will be the last live stream over here. That was not a joke. Live streams are going off-site. So anybody, if you see people bitching about the clickbait or whatever, you got to let them know why. Call them out. Good, Tracy. I would like to say that I was one of the first ones that I know anyway that kind of jumped on to doing some live streams. I'm seeing a bunch of other people do it now. I think Matt Cremona was just on. Paul Jackman was on earlier today with Arbitech. So yeah, cool. Most of the office is working from home. Yep. Big Willie asked, Big Willie, is your name Will? I think you told me this before. Is melamine a good material to use for a crosscut sled? Yes, it'll be good enough for that. Actually, you know what? I was thinking particle board, which is the base of melamine. It's going to be pretty slippery to hold your workpiece down. So it might not be such a good idea. I'll hit you up later, John. Not later today, probably, but I'll hit you up. If painting, why laminate the ends? Because you can still tell the difference, Eugene. You can still tell if you caulked this or wood puttied it versus the iron-on edge banding. And I like to do iron-on edge banding. Don't ask me why. I thoroughly enjoy that very monotonous process. Again, weird. But yeah, do it right or don't do it at all. That's the 2020 motto. Let me make sure this is square before we get too carried away. It's not. Glad I took a look. So go ahead and drop it down here and put a clamp on it. Sorry, I'll get back to everybody. Oh. And then I need to get some water. So I'm just using a clamp here, and I'm going to squeeze it into square because it is off by a little bit. Wait, this ain't going to work. You know what actually would be maybe a better idea? I'll do this down here with this here. Is put these 90s in because that'll probably, there's a good chance that'll pull it together square. And even though I edge banded everything, I'm going to use a nail gun for this real quick. I don't need these, I want these. Oh yeah, you can see right here where it's not square. So I will make sure this is tight. Try not to hit the screw. Make sure the hand is out of the way. Yeah, see, that's why you keep your hand out of the way. I'm using a little bit longer nails than the 1 1/4 that I typically do, just because I want to make sure we got real good adhesion, real good holding power anyway. The adhesion comes from the glue. I'm going to pull this together now. Watch your hands. Now I'm going to take a look before we get too carried away here. 26 1/8. Look at that. Pulled it square. Just like I was hoping. Would you look at that? Woo. Long screws, long nails, screws, what the heck? You know what? Something I didn't think about. These will provide a good position to bolt the desk down. Yeah, another good idea. Turn this off, see it'll drip right there. 26 1/8, 26 1/8. Very good. So there is a filing cabinet without the drawers. So we will have the drawer. Let me grab this guy so you can take a look here. And this guy will go underneath, although, you guys, can you see that? You can kind of see that. There's a 1/4 inch reveal all the way around, at least on the visible sides. I am going to round that over with the router. Should give it a nice clean look. And oh, you can barely see it. That is 6 1/2 inches right now, which makes it look really tall. Now this is obviously too tall for a desk. I mean, that's going to be up there. But I made it taller so I can lop that off and lower the whole thing to exactly where I need it to be once I know how thick the desk is going to be. Because right now I don't know that number for the desk thickness. So let me get some water. Big Willie. Let me see if you said your name. Yes, so it must be Will? Yeah. Yes and no, I got a honey list. There's always a honey-do list. But she's been wanting the office done. And when I realized I was going to be home and have 2 more hours home because I wouldn't be driving, I figured, hey, I want to get the desk done. And I had just picked up the hickory slab, so it's been drying for a while. So, Will, thanks for subbing. Mark, thank you for subbing to the second channel. Sub to the second channel, so we can have our live streams over there. Yeah. It's an engineer thing to talk to yourself. Yes, yes, it is. Is a big difference in look from walnut plywood if he uses his own dimensional walnut as edge banding. No, you should be good. You should be good to go. Walnut varies quite a bit in chocolatiness, in darkness. So you could have some very light and some very dark. So it just depends. Um, ba-ba-da-ba-ba. Tracy asks, how many cameras do I normally run when I'm recording a project? Up until this year, I ran one. Back in the day, 2016 maybe, I tried running a couple, and I just wasn't good enough to make the audio sound decent or the video look decent compared to each other. So I've gotten better at that. And this year, 2020, I got the GoPro Hero 8, so I have two cameras. But I don't run them at the same time. There's basically just footage that there's certain types of footage that I get with the GoPro. I've been trying to visualize the videos from the aspect of the wood to a certain degree, the material. So if I'm moving something from end to end, where I would show it from a wider angle before, I might show it from my point of view. More POV type of stuff, more motion is what I'm trying to do. So, yep. Okay, I'm gonna put it down for a minute. Let's whack this other one together, and then we'll probably have to log off because it's been an hour already. What am I looking for? This. But we will go ahead and we got to shoot some close up. The picture here will probably be too grainy, but there's always a good and a not as good side of plywood. So that's the good side of a birch plywood. Yeah, you can barely see on there. But there's some knots in here. It's still perfectly flat, still perfectly functional. But that'll be we want that on the inside. Even though we're painting it, we want the awesome side out. Only awesome on the channel. Again, we want to make sure we have the laminated, the edge banded sides in the right direction. So we'll get the first couple here, and then we'll film one. Drill. So you can see the stack of drawers right there. One of these is going to be a true file cabinet. It will have two drawers that will hold the file folders, and then one of them is going to be just desk drawer basically. So it'll have four drawers, two small ones, two medium ones, and that'll be for pens, staplers, stuff like that. I need to clean this glue off of here before I wipe this in there. I do like this live stream thing though. I mean, it's not great because it's on the phone. Someday maybe we'll get some real internet whenever SpaceX gets their Starlink down here. Yeah, because I'm not getting HughesNet. My dad tried that back in the day. Awful. This way. So satellite is the only option where we are at the moment. Communist cast and stuff is around the corner, but communist cast. John, is Denise still there? Denise and Jim and all them? Thank you, Tyler, for getting on that right there. Yeah, Don, we're moving. This will be the last live stream over here. Yep, second channel. Tracy, second channel. Make sure you sub. Denise is still there. Jim, Brian. I wouldn't mind stopping in there someday if I'm down there. I've been down there like 3 times since we moved up here, but moved back up here. There's a guy in Milford that I get some slabs from. If I'm ever down there, I'll have to swing by. Drop in cold. Are you guys in the back where the advanced manufacturing used to be, John? We were moving back there right when I left. They were going to put up their showroom in our area. Oh, the good old days. I really enjoy where I'm at now, though. It's good. But I'm not going to say, oh, Not going to say what that is on here, unfortunately. Okay, got to film. So this is the close-up, the secondary shots to try to keep it exciting. Which, by the way, do you guys enjoy this style of videos? I enjoy making them, which is the reason I do them the way that I do. Because if I didn't like it, I wouldn't be doing it. It is a lot of work. But I like to move the camera around a lot, and I like to change elevations, although I've been doing that less lately because it's just a lot of footage to deal with. Hey, John, I don't know if Adam ever told you, but I work with Adam's cousin. And I didn't know that until a buddy of mine who happens to be a chiropractor told me this place was looking for work and connected me with this gentleman. And this gentleman, I think he knew about me because of this YouTube channel, because of Adam. And I've never met the guy, but I happened to be assigned to a project that he used to be on. But yeah, crazy. Who would have thought? I don't remember if I've asked Adam if he wanted a job, but I'm sure he has a better in with his cousin anyway. Sorry, everybody. You guys have no idea what I'm talking about. Old acquaintances. Always nice to see them. I'm going to get a close-up of that. See, now you guys are going to have, when you watch this video, you'll remember little pieces of this. It'll be really... it would be fun to see it from your guys' perspective. Like, oh, I was there in the background when that was happening. Come on. I gotta put more glue in here. You'll remember how awful a shot that was because the glue didn't come out. All right, if there are any questions, lay them up in the comments there. Make sure you subscribe to the second channel because this is the last live stream. That is no joke. This is the last live stream over here, and I could use the help by subbing to the second channel to try to get us to 1,000 subscribers over there ASAP, because then we will be able to use the phone again to host the live stream, which will have the best audio. Otherwise, I will have to use the GoPro, which at the moment I don't have the media mod kit for, and I can't connect an external microphone. So it wouldn't be nearly as good. Sorry, wouldn't be nearly as good because I wouldn't have the wireless mic and I would have to yell across the shop. Also not good. Not good for my throat. So I'm gonna get one more close up here. I'll actually go down here. And I'm not gonna zoom it in because we did the last one zoomed in. Not sure if you all knew, but when you zoom a camera in, it actually makes the field of view go like this. So if you want to hide stuff in the background, you can back up basically and then zoom in and it hides stuff for you, which is a tricky little bits when you're trying to get a good thumbnail or something. Sometimes you gotta tuck it back way up and zoom in to hide stuff. So you can get that crispy thumbnail. So I think that I'll probably leave this video public for a while. And hopefully that'll drive some subscribers to the second channel, which once this whole COVID thing is over with, I don't know how often I'll do the live stream. I think it's fun. If you guys want to do it and there's enough of this audience that goes over there, you guys seem to be the core group of people that would want to hang out over there anyway. If you enjoy it, I can certainly see how we could do one of these a week, give or take. Maybe not in the summertime, but I could see we could definitely keep that going. And then I think other things like maybe tool reviews. I'm not gonna put them on the main channel, but there could be a place for them over here. And then I can tag them over to the main channel, which might help a sponsor opportunity or something like that. But I've turned down many a company because I just am not interested in doing tool reviews. I would rather see a genuine tool review. Not that there aren't. No, if you get a tool, I mean, I've done it with. I guess I did do one with the X-Carve at first. I got that when I was working with John Lawson. Younger channel, really wanted that back in the day. So that was part of the stipulation. And I guess I just didn't have the understanding to negotiate with companies about that kind of stuff. I think if someone like, I don't know, let's say big company, and they wanted some sort of tool review, that would be something we could agree on after a year of use or something like that. And I would give them every opportunity to resolve any issue that I had. And then if they weren't happy with what I had to say about it, they could take the tool back. We just wouldn't talk about it. Maybe. Never really had that opportunity come up. Haven't had to worry about it. Most of the time, just turn them down. All right, we already filmed this, so don't need to get more. Very good. Check square, check comments. Look at that, 26 and an eighth and a hair. I had a couple nails not go in. Perfect, absolutely perfect. Take care of these right now before I forget. Doesn't work when you can't swing. Here we go. Do. There we go. 2 file cabinets, aka desk leg. That's going to be a sweet office. It looks really good. If you guys don't follow on Instagram, there's some pictures over there. Thank you, Tyler. Thank you. Yes, Don, there is a link down there. Sub it up. Vampire Online, until this week, maybe 2 weeks, I have never done a live stream on here. I am about cutting my fingers on live camera or stapling my hand or something like that. Knock, knock. I've been okay without it, but yeah. Tracy, I edit everything on my own. At the beginning of 2019, I had a guy edit a couple videos for me. He came in the shop and edited, but he just had no idea what the tools were. He had no idea of the project sequence. Wasn't a very good editor. So we broke that off. And my filming schedule, my schedule of doing stuff is so sporadic. It just doesn't work. Thank you, Troy. Thank you, Troy. Trevor, you must go way back. Maybe because someone like you made fun of me about doing it myself all the time. So I thought, hey, maybe I shouldn't say that out loud anymore. Maybe I just shouldn't say that anymore. So, yeah. All right. It is 9:45, which means we've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, it probably was you, Trevor. Can't find the link, John. It is, there should be a little arrow. If you hit that, show more maybe, it should be right below here. There's a link to that, link to hats and shirts, which, I mean, that's just in there. Yeah, should be right below. Let me see if I scroll. You probably need to X out of the live chat if you're looking on your phone. Want to do some Inception? So X out, hit this arrow right here. Then there's a link right there to the second channel. And it will pop up and ask you to sub right there. But yeah, you probably need to get rid of the live chat because it covers everything up. And now I can't even live chat anymore. I broke it. But anyway, I need to call it quits here. I'm going to try to slap some drawers together. Tomorrow, I'm going to go get some stuff and change the oil in the lawnmowers because it's almost time to cut the grass. Do that and then slap the drawers together. The drawers are going to be clear coat, and these are going to be Dover white polyurethane. It's a tinted polyurethane from General Finishes, which I just got some more in today. So we will get those sprayed up. I should be able to get the drawers together and get the finish on here tomorrow, which is great. That is the goal for tomorrow. And then full extension drawer slides. That'll take me a couple hours to do on Monday. And then we'll start building the desk, which I'm super excited to have that done because working from home in the laundry room, it's a beautiful laundry room. It's not really that fun. Anyway, I appreciate each and every one of you for being on here. It was an enjoyable Friday evening for me. I hope it was for you. Yes, this is the last live video on this channel. That was not exactly clickbait, but we will have live videos on the second channel. You can find a link to that down in the description below. Hammer that thumbs up button. Hammer that link and sub to the new channel so we can do some live streams over there ASAP. Like next week, hopefully, if we get enough subs. Hope you guys enjoy the evening. Please be safe, and we will see you next time. Now hang on tight. Here we go.